Okay, record. Alright, so we'll start with this first question. Typically, right, when you get a question like this, when they give you a question on plate boundaries and they ask you this question, describe the location of volcanoes and lakes. Instead of the word location, how else can they change this question? Formation and location are slightly different, right? Formation is how it is formed. Location is where it is. Thank you. Okay, so the main thing, sometimes it will be phrased as distribution. So all this information, you must get it from this figure 8. Okay? You either describe the location or the distribution, is the same thing. What types of things must you describe from the figure? The question says you have to describe the locations of volcanoes and lakes, right?
Yeah.
Right, and it's a total of 4 marks. Right, so how many points will you allocate to this?
2.
2. Okay, minimally 1 of each, right? Okay, so this is how you approach the question. At least 2 volcanoes, 2 lakes. Alright, so when you see this type of question, in the background, in your head, right, you must immediately think of this thing known as plate boundaries. Okay, because your volcanoes, your all your landforms, when it comes to plate tectonics, they're usually found on the plate boundary. So what exactly is plate boundary? Where the 2 plates meet, right? That's your plate boundary. Okay? So in this case, for volcano, let's take a look at this first. Let's look at the plate boundary. Okay, where exactly is the plate boundary? Okay, I see Arabian plate. Okay, and I see African plate over here. It's represented using this dark black line. This thick black line over here. Okay, thick black line over here. Okay, and then you also see that there's a fault line. Fault line which forms this East African Rift Valley. So this is one example you have learned before. This is the Rift Valley here. Okay, and then you see the lake. Okay, where are the lakes located? Here, right? You see these lakes over here. Okay, this here can be considered as a very big lake as well. Okay, and then you see volcanoes as well. You see the volcanoes located here, here, and so on. Okay, when you see this type of question, you have to take note of a few things. Number 1, sometimes they may expect you to include this in the answer. This here being the directions in the answer. Sometimes they expect you to include this in the answer. This here being, what's this? We learned this today, right? What's this known as?
Scale.
The scale, very good. So in this case, when you are looking at the distribution, as far as possible, if you can include this in your answer, that would be great. Okay, so let's start with this. If you want to describe these things, right, what I've done here is I've looked at it, I say, okay, maybe 1 answer will come from plate boundary, 2 answers can come from the fault line, and then 1 answer can be maybe the anomaly. Okay, so use this as a clue for you first. How can you describe this? Give this a try. So, can I ask, okay, maybe this, the first table over there, Daryl, 4 of you, you looked out for plate boundary, answer on plate boundary. Recurrence group over here, you looked out for fault line, 1 answer. Elsa's group also look out for 1 fault line answer. This group of 7 girls, you look out for the anomaly. Okay? Try to look out for this location. Alright? Are you able to find where this thing is?
You should ask her what is the definition of I'll find out why. The rivers are the plates, in the middle of the plates, the sea. What do you know?
Not the actual like trench or whatever, but it's like
The four lines are
Most volcanoes are
I don't know what I'm trying to do.
It's on the plate.
Okay, now can I hear from the first group on my left first? So along the plate boundary, how can I describe the location of the volcanoes?
Near the plate boundaries.
Can it be more specific?
Volcanoes are found along the plate boundaries.
Okay, can that be more specific? Which plate boundary is this? Do you have clues on the paper that tells you that?
African plate and the Arabian.
Very good. Okay, so the first answer, I would like you to jot down with me. The first answer over here, I will say that number 1, volcanoes are found. If you need, you can move forward. You can see. If you need to, you can shift. Okay, I can't move that. Okay, so I found along.
So you can see from the.
Okay, earlier on, right, one of your friends said this, right? I found along the plate boundary. This one here, does it refer to anything in figure 8? No. Actually, this can be a very generic statement. So if you want it to be in reference to figure 8, you must quote something from figure 8. You must use some data from figure 8. Okay? Along the plate boundary between
African plate.
very good, African plate and Arabian plate.
Yes.
Okay, so this one, if I read this, I know very clearly where I can find the volcanoes. Is there a need for me to explain why I can find the volcanoes there?
No. You just say describe.
Yes, correct, very good. I don't need to explain. So if you see yourself writing because for this answer, you know you are writing too much already. You are giving unnecessary information. So for this, you just need to describe what you see on the map. That's all. Okay? The next point. Alright, I know some of you still writing. We will get the group who is supposed to share with us to get ready. The second point on the fault line. So Saleh's group as well as Yuling's group get ready, okay? So if they say about the lake, then the other group has to talk about the volcano. This group here has the difficult task of finding the anomaly. Hope you found the anomaly. Okay, go step by step. Okay, so who would like to go first? Saleh's group.
Yongfu.
Okay, just give me a response and then we'll build on your response. Okay, so if I were to look at this map, there's the fault line of East African Rift Valley. There's the fault line over here. Okay, what would you like to describe? The lake or the volcano? The boys. You want to describe the lake or the volcano?
Volcano.
The group of 4 boys, which one you prefer to describe?
There are lakes found around the fault lines.
Okay, found around the fault lines. Okay, are they found around the fault lines? Yes. Okay, you see the lakes over here. Alright, but based on your conceptual knowledge, remember that your Rift Valley, if it sinks downwards, right, you have a valley, right? If it rains, what do you think will form in the valley? The lake. Correct? You form an ocean basin, correct? Which is this. This is the ocean basin.
Oh, yes.
Okay? So this, right, if you talk about it, is it around the fault line? Is it, use the correct preposition, is it around the fault line? On the fault line?
Along.
Between the fault line?
Inside.
Under the fault line? Which one is it?
In.
Your fault line, right, if I were to draw this diagram,
Above. Wait.
your diagram, right, remember your fault line is like this is your Rift Valley,
Above the fault line.
this here is your lake, right? Because this part is your Rift Valley already.
Inside. Under.
Rift Valley, this line and this line is your fault. Okay, so we are talking about fault line. Is it within the fault line? Within the fault line is here.
No, man.
It's
Outside.
between the fault lines. Can you see that? Your legs are found between the fault lines.
Your legs?
You're asking about volcano, right? No, sorry. Wait. So this group, the boys group, volcano or lake?
Lakes.
Lakes, right? So lakes are correct, right? Don't confuse me. Okay, here. The lakes.
I heard lakes.
Lakes are found.
Ikan.
That's the worst part.
Then after that she got hey, you got here, you got here.
You all realize all these will be recorded. So in the future, if your juniors need to watch, you will hear.
Sorry.
So for the record, who was the one who burped?
Phoebe Ho!
No, it was really.
Okay, so these lakes are found between the fault lines of the East African Rift Valley. Okay, if you want to make it more specific, you can say that they are within. Yeah, I think there's no need for that. Let's ignore that. Okay, lakes are found between the fault lines of East African Rift Valley. How about the volcanoes?
Found near the fault line.
Near the fault lines? Again, you see near is very
On the
on the fault line will be a bit more specific, right? Can you see that? It's a bit more accurate to say that they're found on the fault line. Correct. But most of them, 1, 2, 3, 4,
majority.
5, 6.
Majority.
Okay? Yeah, you can say that.
I love your pork. Don't say bro. Sis. Hey sister. Hey sisters. Why my makeup? Why my new makeup? Sponsored by Sheffield. Use code for 15% off.
Okay, wait. Is there a need for you to write number 1 to 4 in your answer?
No.
Yeah.
Need, okay? So just ignore it. I'm just writing this down to make it easier for you to see.
Yeah.
But in your actual answers, there's no need for you to number them. Okay?
Then you extra.
It's better not to because you're supposed to write in prose. But if you write like this, it seems as though you're writing in point form.
But if you write like
Point
this
form
in
is in
PSN,
sentences, what?
Just don't write that number. Okay? Now the last one, to make it more difficult for this group, the last group of 7, biggest group with the most difficult question. So can you spot the anomaly?
Yes.
Yes. Where is the anomaly?
On the lake.
On the lake.
Got one volcano.
Where? Which one?
Yes.
Ah, yes, that's the one. So there's this anomaly over here where there's a volcano in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so how can you describe this? Is this on land or is this in the sea? The sea. So how can you describe this?
most
There is
volcanoes,
only one.
most volcanoes are found on the left side.
Okay, except for one, which is, if I were to use a direction, can I use a direction to tell me where this volcano is?
Southeast of the African plate.
Okay, very good. Southeast of the African plate. How many km is it away from the coast? Roughly.
Yeah, wait, are you supposed to
Oh,
answer?
from where?
Just give as precise an answer as possible. This is 1 cm equals to 500 km. Is this 1 cm? This is about 0.5, right? So how many km is that?
Actually, it's just south.
What?
Wait, if you take a look at this,
250.
this is 1 cm equals to 500 km, right?
Yeah.
The distance between the volcano to the coast is about
0.4.
0.5, right? So how what's the distance?
50.
Okay, 250 km. So my answer, I have to encompass all of these things. I have to include all these things to make my answer as precise as possible.
Must include every
I can say that there is an anomaly.
You do that. You doesn't want anything like this. You bring a new map.
Where the volcano is found south. You said south, east, right?
Yes.
Is there a need for me to tell you why exactly is it found in the ocean?
Yes.
No,
No, there's no need to. Why? Why is there no need to?
only they ask for this, right?
Right. They ask you to describe, and that's all.
Why is there a volcano in the middle?
Good question. Why is there a volcano in the middle of the world?
That's
Big
when
Atlantic
we granted the purpose.
No, Big Atlantic Ridge is not in this part of the world. Yes, wait.
Is there only one?
So that is actually called a hotspot volcano because there's a spot in the middle of the plate that allows this to form. Okay, so ignore that for now. Let's look at this. Okay, for those of you who are done, you can take a look at the next question. Look at 4B. I didn't print the page for you to write down the answers, but let us just cancel the top part and we use the top part of the paper, okay? 2015 4B. Okay, 2015 4B. You realize the questions are similar. So this type of question, in a sense, there's no need for you to study and memorize a lot of things because you just need to use your geographical skills.
Describe the distribution of volcanoes and
There's no question.
Correct. Let me write down the question for you. Okay, can I flip to the next page?
we
I know, right? The pink panel. The bigger.
Okay,